close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial video where I'll be sharing with you guys how to draft, cut and sew a 6 pieces princess dart bustier blouse. So if it's a tutorial you're interested in, keep on watching, subscribe to the channel and let's get started. So to draft the pattern, these are the body measurements you're going to be making use of. These are my own body measurements, so do well to write down your own personal body measurement. Now to draft this pattern, I'm going to first rule a line here, which is going to serve as my starting line. After ruling that line, now I'm going to take all the horizontal measurements. I'll place my tape on the starting line, then I'll measure to the bust point. I'll take it all the way to the under bust. Then I'll take the waistline. Then I'm going to take the full length of the blouse. I'll just come forward here, then I'll mark the same thing, bust point, under bust, waistline, and the full length. Then I'm going to go ahead to connect it with my straight ruler. So after you're done doing this, you're going to label it. Here is the bust point, under bust, waistline, and here is the full length of the blouse. Here is the shoulder line. Now the next thing is to take your shoulder measurement divided by 2 on the shoulder line. On that point, you will come down by 0.75 inch for the shoulder slope. Here you are going to take 3.5 inches for the neck width. Here you will come down by 3.5 inches for the neck depth as well. Go ahead and connect your shoulder slope like this. Then use your curve rule to create a round neckline just like this. I'm just going to use my marker to make the line very visible. After you are done doing that, now the next thing you are going to get is the arm's eye or armhole depth. You're going to come down from this line by your round bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. So whenever I do that, I have 7.5 inches. So I just made a mark there. Then I confirm my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then you're just going to rule out the line like this. Then you label it the chest line. After doing that, now on this line that I just ruled, I'm going to divide it into 2 to get half of it. So from this point that I just made, I will come in by 0.75 inch for the armhole slope. On the chest line, I will take the round bust measurement divided by 4. Then I'm going to use my ruler to connect my armhole. So first of all, use the straight side of your ruler to connect this. Then you use the curved side of your ruler to connect it. So this is how to create a perfect armhole. Now the next thing I will do is to come to the under bust line. I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. I'll take the same thing on the waistline, then the same thing on the full length line. Then I'm going to connect the dots with my straight ruler. After doing that, I'm also going to come to the bust point. I'll take the nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. Then I will extend the line to meet the bust point. Now the next thing is to come to the under bust. I'll be coming in from that line by ½ inch. I'll do the same thing on the waistline and the same thing on the full length line. Still on the under bust line, I'm going to be going out from the straight line by 1.5 inches. I'll do the same thing on the waistline and the same thing on the full length line. But if you're a bigger person, you should go out by up to 2 inches, okay? But if you're a very busty person, you should go out by up to 2.25 or 2.5 inches. But for my case, I'm a size 8 person and my round bust measurement is 35 inches. That was why I went out by 1.5 inches. I'm just going to go ahead to connect the dot with my straight ruler. Then you do the same thing here. After you are done doing that, now you will come to the bust point line and come down by ½ inch. Now you are going to use your curve rule to create the bustier. So just place your curve ruler on it like this and connect it to meet the ½ inch that you came down by. You can see what I have. After you are done doing that, now the next thing is to measure what you have on the armhole curve. After I was done measuring, I had 8.5 inches. I'm going to be dividing it into 2. So half of 8.5 inches is 4.25 inches. I'm going to make a mark there. Now I'm going to use my curve rule to connect from that mark to meet the bust point. Just like this. After connecting that curve like that, on that line, I'm going to be taking ½ inch on both sides, just like this, to create a dart. So I'm going to connect it to meet the bust point as well. So guys, this is what you're going to have after doing that. So just blend out the curve here, just like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to extend this line here, this line. I'm just going to be going out by extra 1 inch, then I will extend it out just like this. Then because I have extended that line, this area here I will also extend it by 1 inch. Then I will create another armhole. This is because we took a 1 inch dart at the armhole there. So if you don't extend the line like this, it's going to be shorter when you join it. Now, the next thing is to take the round body measurement. From here to here is my round bust measurement divided by 4 plus the extra 1 inch that I added. I'll measure this little dot that I have here and I will add it to it and blend it just like this. After doing that, I will add extra 1.5 inches to it for the sewing allowance. I'm also going to blend it out just like this. Then I will come to the under bust. I'll take the round under bust measurement divided by 4. Then I'll measure the dart and I will add it to it. I will add extra 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. Come to the waistline and take your round waist measurement divided by 4. Measure the dart and add it to it. Add extra 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. And on the full length line, I will take the round hip measurement divided by 4. I'll measure the dart and I will add it to it. And I will add extra 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. Then go ahead and connect the point with your ruler. So guys, after doing that, now the next thing I will do is to come to the full length line. I'll be going up by 1 inch. Then I will use my curve ruler to create a little curve on it just like this. You can see. So after doing that, now I'm going to go ahead to cut this out. So guys, watch very carefully the areas that I'm cutting, okay, so that you will not cut the wrong lines. So just watch very carefully how I am cutting it out. You can see. So this is what you're going to have after cutting. Now it's time for me to modify it to give us the 6 pieces effect. To do that, I'm just going to bring this piece of papers that I have cut out. I'm going to be adding it to the waistline. So here is the waistline and here is the waistline. I'm going to be adding the piece of paper to the waist area to give it the 6 pieces effect, okay? So you're just going to place it on your pattern paper just like this. Then you are going to use your sellotape to gum it together. So after you are done doing that, now I'm going to be adding extra 3 inches to it for the 6 pieces effect. So I'll be adding extra 3 inches to it like this. Then I'm going to use my straight ruler to connect it to meet the waistline. Can you see what I did? So after doing that, go ahead and cut it out. You can see what I have now. I'm not going to be adding to the center front because the center front is going to be cut on fold. I'm just going to add to this side and this side. So I just place my piece of paper on it like this. Then tape it down with your sellotape. Go ahead and measure 3 inches. Connect it to meet the waistline just like this. Then go ahead and cut it out. So this is it, guys. I'm also going to be adding to the side here. So just place my piece of paper on it. Tape it down. Measure 3 inches. Then connect it to meet the waistline. Guys, I realized that the side already has a shape. It is not totally straight. Okay, you already have a shape. So instead of adding extra 3 inches, I'm just going to reduce it to extra 2 inches that I'm going to be adding. Okay, so just reconnect it like this and cut it out. So guys, this is it. I have successfully modified the normal bustier pattern that we know to a 6 pieces bustier pattern, and this is what you're going to have it looking like. Now the next thing is for me to draft the back piece. So I already went ahead to roll out all the necessary lines. Here I have the zipper allowance, and here is the shoulder line. Here is the bust point, under bust, and the full length. Now on the shoulder line, I will take the shoulder measurement divided by 2 From the mark, I'll come down by 0.75 inch for the shoulder slope. I'll take 3.5 inches for my neck width. Then go ahead and connect your shoulder slope like this. Now for the neck depth of the back, I will be coming down by 1 inch, okay, because it's a high neckline. So I'll just come down by 1 inch for the neck depth. Then go ahead and connect it just like this. After you are done doing this, now just use your marker to make the line to be visible. Now from this shoulder line, I'll be coming down by 7.5 inches for my arm's eye, for my armhole depth. Then I'm going to go ahead to rule a straight line just like this. Then I'll connect it out. After doing that, I'm going to divide what I have on this line by 2. So just divide it into 2 to get half of it. So from that point, I'll be coming in by half inch, okay? Then on this line, I will take my round bust measurement divided by 4. Then I'm going to use my ruler to create the armhole curve. So guys, after you are done doing that, now on the bust point, I'll take the nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, take the same thing on the waistline and the same thing on the full length line. Then you're going to connect the dots to give you a straight line just like this. Now on the waistline, I'll be going out on both sides of this line by half inch. Then on the full length line, I'll go up by 1 inch. Then I'm going to go ahead and create my dart just like this. Connect it to meet the bust point and to meet that 1 inch that you came up by. Then go ahead and connect this other side as well. So guys, after you are done doing that, the next thing now is to take the round body measurement. So from here to here is my round bust measurement divided by 4. I'm going to be adding extra 1.5 inches to it for the sewing allowance. Then I'll blend it. I'll come to the waistline, take the round waist measurement divided by 4, measure the dart and add it to it. Then add extra 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. Then on the hemline, I'll take the round hip measurement divided by 4. Then I will add 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. I'm just going to go ahead to connect the point with my ruler. After doing that, I'll come to the full length line. I will also be going up here by 1 inch, just exactly what I did for the front piece. Then I'm going to connect it just like this. Now that I'm done doing this, the next thing is to reduce zipper bulge, okay? To do that, on this waistline, I'll be going in by half inch. Then I'm going to connect it to meet it just like this. Then I'm also going to connect it to meet this other end. Now, because I've reduced here by half inch, I'm also going to be reducing the zipper allowance by half inch. Then I'm going to connect it as well. So with this, you're not going to have any zipper bulge in your blouse when you wear it. So this is what you're going to have after doing that. Now remember that we have to slash the dart in order for us to add this piece of papers. To do that, I'm just going to come to the shoulder line here. I will divide what I have on this shoulder line, this area. I'll divide it by 2. Then I'll connect it to meet the bust point just like this, so that I'll be able to cut the dart open in order for me to be able to modify it to give it the 6 pieces effect. So just go ahead and cut this out. After you are done cutting, you are going to label it the back piece. Then this other line here, you also label it the waistline. So this is where the 6 pieces effect is going to start from. Now I'm going to place my piece of paper on it. I'm not going to be adding to the center back, okay? I'm only going to be adding to this side, and this side. Just exactly what I did for the front. So just tape it down. Then after you are done taping, you're going to measure 3 inches. Then you connect it to meet the waistline and cut it out. So guys, this is it. After you are done doing that, you're going to do the same thing to this other piece. So just add your paper to it, tape it down, then measure 3 inches, connect it to meet the waistline just like this. Then go ahead and cut it out. And also to the side here, I'm also going to add the piece of paper to this other side here, tape it down. So remember when I was doing the front, so I added 2 inches to this side instead of 3 inches because I told you that the side already have a shape. So I added extra 2 inches instead of 3 inches. I'm also going to be adding 2 inches here. Then I'll connect it to meet the waistline just like this. Then I'm going to go ahead to cut it out. So guys, this is what you're going to have it looking like. So this is it for the modification of the back piece. You can see. So this is what you're going to have. This is it for the drafting of our 6 pieces bustier blouse. So those are the back pieces and these other ones are the front pieces. I'm going to label it the front. Now guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and transfer my pattern papers to my fabric. So I'm just going to use them to cut on my fabric. You can see as I'm cutting, I'm adding ½ inch to all the sides for the sewing allowance. So that's exactly what you are going to do. So after you're done cutting guys, that would be all for today's version of the tutorial. So in my next tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to sew it. In order not to miss the sewing tutorial, do also hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that when the video drops, you will be notified. Thank you so much guys for watching. See you all in the sewing tutorial video.